Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. It's time for the August Hedgehog Hollow box. I'm the Arty Crafty Alchemist and this is my assistant.
Hello.
Let's see what's inside. My lovely assistant's going to slice the box open. So let's see what's inside this month.
What lolly? What one?
We've got apple. So we have this beautiful postcard today. Hi Hollowers, welcome to the first Hedgehog box. I can't thank Arena enough for designing these cute stamps with the hedgehogs and British theme. I am completely in love with our Global Love stamp too. We tried to cover the red, white and blue designed by our own Emmy Daver. She also illustrated this whole postcard. We haven't forgotten our Canadian cousins who have a feature in a future set. I hope you are all enjoying a little bit of summer. We are loving the consistent sunshine but struggling with the humidity. I can't wait to see what you create with this set. Happy stamping, Alexandra and the Pickle. Somebody is trying to get the fun dip. We're not up to the fun dip. So in this month's box we have some funky tape from Tonic.
It's
That's
apple
pretty
and
awesome.
Blueberry.
That sounds interesting. We have a wobbler. Then we have our Sending Hedgehogs from LaLa Land Crafts. We've got lots of lovely sentiments. Sending Hedgehogs with love from our prickle. From to miss you, wish you were here. Handmade for you by me. Thanks for sticking by me. Sorry for being prickly. Stuck on you. And then we have our little hedgehog holding an envelope. Then we have Looking Sharp from LaLa Land Crafts. We have Tea and Biscuits, the hedgehog with the camera and the balloon, umbrella and the glasses, and then we have the extra camera, and we have taxis as well as the bus and Big Ben, and we have Oh Snap, Looking Sharp and Time for Tea, and then we have the awesome Hedgehog Hollow Global Love stamp set, and the cat has decided she's going to be in our video today. So we have the Australian flag, O and heart, the British and the American. There's Australia, America and Great Britain. Regular subscribers get the Marvi Uchida colour in watercolour pencils. Then we have an envelope so we can do some mail art. We have a small piece of watercolour paper. We have blue spots this month, red cardstock and our regular 6 sheets of Nina Solar White for our card bases. So I'm going to keep out the watercolour stuff. I have a project already in mind to make. So I need the watercolour paper, I need the pencils, I need our Global Love, and I'll keep all of that out because I'm not sure which ones I need at 100%. So because I knew what was in this box, I was in a shop the other day and they had this washi tape for $2, so I'm going to use that. I've pre-cut 2 box bases using the Brutus Munro gable box die, and I want to actually put them back in the cardstock while I decorate them. And then I'm keeping these little bits in case I want to use them for sentiments. I have some of my oxides out. I have antique linen, walnut stain and black soot. I also have my LaLa Land inks because I want to use the Raven. So we are going to try the Raz Apple Magic Dip. So how are we going to do this? Are we gonna... Oh, well there you go.
Wait. Get the other.
So we are going to try this. Hang on, let's show you what's inside there.
What colour is it? It's green.
It's blue.
Is it?
Did you lick it?
Yeah. It's aqua.
So we have some... Oh, I probably shouldn't have... Okay, hang on. Let's just move this little
Can I
box
go for more?
first. Hang on.
I'll go for more.
What does it taste like?
I didn't get big nothing. I loved it. You like that?
Got a little bit of a kick to it, but only for a second.
I want to eat that. Your tongue's green.
I think I've lost the fun dip. So it turns your tongue green.
Extremely green. That's mine now.
To start with, I'm going to take some antique linen, and I don't know if I'm going to do it all like this, but I want to add some of this colour on. I'm just brushing around. I not too worried about the base, but I do need to try and get some colour on the top as well, and I'm not worried about it being all nicely finished because I want it to look a bit antique-y and splotchy and stuff. Now I'm just going to grab a little bit of walnut stain and I'm just going to brush some of that on. Just trying to create the look of a stained paper. I'm pretty happy with how that's looking right now. So I'm just going to grab a piece of paper towel and clean the walnut stain off and start the other one. You need 2 die cuts to make one of the boxes. So I have the 2 bases done. I'm just going to brush a little onto these tiny little bits. Going to grab the LOVE. I might do these on these end bits. And I'm going to do 1 Australian. I might actually use my stamp platform for this. I'm going to make sure that's all pushed up in the right spot in case I need to stamp again. And then I'm going to ink up with the LDRS hybrid ink. And I will go over that again, just to get those letters a bit more solid. Okay, I'm going to switch the boxes, and I'm going to take away the Australian heart and ink up the love again, or the LVE. That one actually looks pretty crisp, so I'm going to take the LVE off, and this time I'm going to grab the British heart. The story behind this is that I'm Australian and my fiance is English. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to try and cut my washi nice and straight. Have 1 piece, and I'm going to stick that hopefully along the line. I made it a little long, so I just need to trim that extra bit off. Next up, I'm going to grab this set. Going to tape these together so I don't lose them. I'll do the same for the other set as well. I think I'm going to grab those stamps, and again I'm going to use my stamp platform so I can stamp them the same on both sides. Looks like I really need to give some good pressure around the fold mark. So that's that side stamped, and then I'm going to grab the other piece. I'm going to grab Wish You Were Here. And before I move on to the other side, I'm actually going to hit this with the heat tool because I've just realised that it is taking a minute to dry on top of the oxide. So sort of pick that up. Now we have Sending Hedgehogs. Set that aside to dry. Now I'm going to grab our hedgehog with the tea and the piece of watercolour paper. I'm not sure what sort of watercolour paper this is. My goodness, no wonder I'm having so much trouble today. I am on the rubber side. So I need to finish stamping her. I'm going to flip this over because I will forget that it is on the rubber side, and I frequently use clear, not rubber stamps. I am just going to heat this up, and I'm going to open up the Mavi Uchida pencils. Okay, so I'm going to take the blue and add it to the middle of her bow, and the red and add it to the outside of the bow. Going to add a little bit of brown around the bow and around the body. I've just grabbed a water brush. I am just going to lightly wet the watercolour and pull it out towards the tips. I've used very light pressure with the pencils so there's not too many marks left on the paper. Now I'm going to give that a moment to dry, and I'm going to just wet the bow and make that into a pretty watercolour, pushing out from the centre. I'm just going to pick up a small amount of black. I'm going to grab my paper towel for this. I'm going to drop a little on the outside of the quills. Take the water and blend it in a little bit. If I feel like I've got a little bit too much colour, I'm just going to lift a bit off. So next I'm colouring the hedgehog, and I'm just adding a small smidgen of black in to darken up the colour. And then I'm going to do the same again, and I'm going to do that all around the hedgehog. And I'll just add a small amount of black in to darken the colour. Using very light pressure so that it blends out. I'm just adding the colour to her legs, and then again just going to add some black to darken it up a little bit. Then I'm going to add some heavier colours in these areas. I'd really be using a finer brush for this. I just realised I missed her little front quills, so I'm just going to quickly add in some black into them. I'm going to very gently fully colour in her belly, and then just add a little bit of black around the edges. Then I'm just going to do the same for her face. Grab a tiny bit of pink for her cheeks. And just dab it off a little bit so we're just left with a hint of blush. Going to grab a little bit of yellow and a little bit of brown for the cookies. And I'm just going to lightly touch the pencil while they're still wet for some chocolate chips. Going to lightly paint the cup blue. Then I'm going to grab the yellow and the brown again. Just add a little bit of pink in there, just a little bit more brown. And then for the plate, I'm going to do that red, keeping with our red and blue theme. And there's our finished hedgehog. I am going to fussy cut her out, and I'll be right back. I have my little girl cut. Now I'm going to grab this and I'm going to do my creases. I'm going to grab my black soot distress oxide, and I'm going to lightly add some around my edges. Now for these ones I'm just going to lightly add a little bit. Scrunching it up a little, tying it in with our girl's quills. That one's done, and then we do the same to the next one. I'm going to flick a little bit of water on to give it that distressed look. Take my paper towel and pat them off. Okay, I've got some heavy duty red liner tape here. Going to add that to my tabs, and then I'll do the same on the other one. So I'm just going to find my line there and then make sure this tiny bottom edge here is lined up, and then I'm going to peel these tapes up, and then I'm going to make sure those line up to the bottom, and then we have our box shape. Not 100% sure how this is supposed to go, so I'm just adding 2 bits of tape there. I need to fold back the other way. I'm going to add her with some foam tape. Just grab a little bit of black around the outside of this one. And a little bit of the darker brown. I'm going to add some very thin strips of foam tape. A little time for tea. Just going to add a little bit of ink to these bits on both sides. That way I can open the box like that. So this side's for my fiance, this side's my side, and then this is me making my fiance some tea. I've got this little scrap piece of paper left, so I'm just going to chop a piece off and grab the tools. Oh, I'm sorry, I've forgotten to hit record. So all I have done for this is I stamped the little handmade with love, and then I cut around it roughly with my paper trimmer. I trimmed around it to make a diamond shape, and now I'm just adding it with a little bit of ribbon. And there we have our little hedgehog hollow box, handmade for you by me, sending hedgehogs, time for tea, the Australian love, back just decorated with the bus and the Big Ben and the taxi and the washi, and then the British love and our little tag. Can fill it with cookies or lollies or something like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and hit the bell button. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.